Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the Ensemble Theatre as we embrace our current environmental situation and share these videos or pearls of wisdom with you. My video today is entitled Preparing to Make the Most of Your 1 Minute. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see the content that I want to talk about with you today. When I talk about your 1 minute, we are talking about when you go on a job interview, right? And you go on a job interview when you are in the world of theater and when you are in the world in general. You would go on a job interview. So we're talking about the preparation, not once you're there, but how do you prepare? So when selecting a monologue, you want to make sure that it's age appropriate for you. Yes, that it fits the age that you are now or the age range that would be appropriate for you, which would mean I should not do a monologue of an 11-year-old unless I'm auditioning for a character who's 11, but I'm not 11, so I should do a grown-up monologue, right? Which is the same when you are going on a job interview. You want to make sure that you have on age-appropriate clothing for yourself and for the job that you're interviewing for, yes? A monologue. You want to make sure it fits the play that you're auditioning for. Or if you're auditioning for multiple plays, make sure it fits them. It would be inappropriate to do a theater for young audiences monologue that is maybe a witch or a child or something like that for a very serious drama, right? Or for Shakespeare, depending on the plays that we're talking about. Make sure it fits the play that you're auditioning for. Same for an interview. You want to make sure that you research the company and know when you go into that monologue that you are a fit for the company is a fit for you, and that you've done a little work to make sure that that is the case. With a monologue, you want to make sure to highlight your strengths. Bring to the table the things you are very good at, and that is true for an interview as well, right? You want to go in and be able to speak to your strengths. Yes, speak to the things that you are good at. We often are taken off guard when we have to talk about our positives, so be ready for that. A monologue. You want to make sure it's a good length for the audition time slot that you have. If they say a 1 minute monologue, you should have a 1 minute monologue. Don't go over. You could go a little under, but you get 1 minute to sell yourself. So using that minute could be really important to use it, right? Same for a job interview. Know your answers before you go in, having thought about them and practice them. If your interview time slot is 15 minutes, that's a very different interview than if it's a 45-minute. So knowing how long you have informs what kind of answers you come up with. In a monologue, you want to have a great opening line. That can make the difference between auditioners paying attention to you the rest of it or not. So as you're preparing and looking for monologues, find one. If that opening line speaks to you, then it will speak most likely to the folks you're auditioning for. That is so true in a job interview also, right? You want to rehearse that opening greeting and think about what that greeting is. Do you stand tall and shake with a firm hand? Are you prepared with a little anecdote about your journey to the interview? Being prepared, because that opening can make the difference in how they receive you for the rest of the job interview. With a monologue, make sure it's happening right now. When you are reading monologues, if someone's reflecting on something that happened years ago, or they are talking to someone who's not really right there, or the happening is not right now, I'm talking to this other person about something right now, then it's probably not a good monologue. You want to make sure it's happening now. And that is so true in a job interview, right? How will you be in the now? So think about, what are the things that are distractions for me, and how am I going to handle those so that when I'm in the job interview, I am in the now. So preparing for that is so important. When you're at your monologue audition, you want to make sure that there is an other in the monologue that you're presenting. So in the piece that you select as you're looking for them, you want to find one that is happening right now. It's not a reflective story of some kind about what happened way back when, and that it's happening right now with a person who's there right now. So you're not talking to a grave site or a dog or someone who isn't actively engaged with you. You want to make sure that there is an other person that your character that you're portraying is talking to right now. And that is so true when you're in a job interview. You have to know who your interviewer is, which means you know your other, right? You know who they are. It's a difference to talk to a colleague when you're in a job interview than it is to talk to the CEO of the company. So knowing who your interviewer is right? All of these things are about getting the job right now. But you know what? The most important part of getting a job, whether it's a monologue or in a job interview, is to prepare, 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 prepare. We cannot say that enough, right? How important it is to prepare for an audition, to prepare to make the very best of the 1 minute. You may get a little longer in an interview, but to prepare for that time so that you give your very best. All right, I wish you luck, whether you're going on a job interview or going on a monologue job interview. We wish you luck and hope to see you again at the Ensemble, where the E is for everyone and everyone counts.